Let's talk a little bit about the digital cluster. So this digital cluster is in my Audi A4 B8 Quattro. So kind of a nice upgrade, I must say. A lot of people is saying that it's absolutely horrible. A lot of people say it's actually very nice. So I thought about making two videos. Specifically this video, I'm going to go through all the settings so you guys can see what's all the stuff that it gives you, what you can see and do and all that kind of stuff. The next video will be a review. So I've had this cluster in for some time. And let's quickly just go turn on the ignition. Get this beautiful Audi Sport logo popping up. Some needle sweep, and there we go. So this is currently how it looks like. So I just try to put everything on like the most simple setting as possible. Already I can point out two things that I don't like about it, which we'll talk more about in the review. So as you can see here, this is my temperature gauge. It's all the way down, but here it's already at 90 degrees. Also the voltage is showing is 11.08 volts. If I could get my voltmeter now, it'll be at 12 volts, but that doesn't matter for now. We'll get back to that later in time. So where do we start? Let's really start off in the middle. So this is basically just the car. Whenever a door opens, it shows you where it opens. So if it's like your bonnet, your boot, the rear doors, and all of those kind of things. So that is basically all that this display in the middle does. So if I scroll through the button up and down over here, I can go through all of these functions in the middle. So let's start at the one fully to the left. As you can see, there's nothing going this way. It's only, wait, there he is. And you can only go further to the right. So this is basically where you get some information of your car. So if I, for example, scroll, I can see the average consumption. I can see the consumption of that. If I'm not mistaken, that's the consumption of now. Obviously, the car is not idling. Then you can put your alarm speed. You can put your digital cluster, amount of refueling. So for my tank, if I'm not mistaken, it's a 65 liters. So it's showing it as 44 liters. This is a subtotal mileage. This is basically how far I have driven, so it's the exact same as this one. If you want to reset it, for example, there's no button you can press, so you have to come specifically to this screen. Then you click on it, and then you click on it again. It's going to ask you subtitle. Oh, no, it must not clear. So I'm just going to scroll down. Inside it says cancel. We're just going to scroll. We're going to say cancel. Yes, I just want to check how much fuel I get out of this tank. So that's how you can see it. You can see your average speed, your mileage, travel time, driving range, average consumption, and we're basically back to where we are. So that's what you can see on the screen that's all the way fully to the left. So if we go one to the right, is basically the navigation system, but it was supposed to show like where you are a year behind, but it doesn't. And then also what you can do is, let's say the navigation system works, you can actually like click the button. It makes the it's supposed, yeah, it's big, it goes a bit smaller to give you more display of where to go. And if you click on it again, basically, yeah, it gives you this wide range of seeing the GPS maps, but unfortunately it doesn't show the GPS one. So then if we go further to the side, I don't know why it's doing that. Usually it will just say there GPS no signal, unless if I turn it off and on again. So here is our view. So on top we have classic. So basically the difference between classic, gear and speed, economy and range. And economy is that in the circles it just displays data. So the classic doesn't have any data. Okay, if we go to gear and speed, you'll see literally just the middle parts change. So the left-hand side is showing since startup, the average liter per 100 Ks. The one on the right is the fuel tank. And then, oh, let's go to the gear and speed. Sorry about that, I missed that one. So this one is just showing what gear you are in, and this one is your speed. And then going to economy just basically shows you how you're driving. So that is basically the more you put your foot on the fuel, the higher it goes up. And then this one is just your liter per 100 K. So basically there's 1, 2, 3, and the classic on top is the exact same thing. It's just the information in the middle is just a bit different. Okay, going to the next one, if we look over here, we can see we've got sport. So sport is the nice one over here. So that one that appears orange over here is actually red. See if I bring my hand inwards, it looks like it's changing a bit. Anyway, so that is sports. And then obviously here on the left hand side, that is where you'll be, sorry for shaking the screen, trying to move it between my two hands. This is where you can change everything. Now, that was previously in the middle. Now it's there on the left. And if you go to RS runway, oh, oops, I went one down too much. Then right over here, you can see this is basically how it looks like. Also, that at the bottom is red. I just think it's the lighting that does it. Then you got your constant driving range here on the right hand side. You cannot change it. And then obviously everything here on the left hand side will be what was in the middle of the other ones. Okay, so that is basically it. So I think just for continuing this video, to make it kind of simple, we're just gonna leave it in classic. But there you guys could see a few things. Okay, now let's quickly carry on. So now we're going to go to Bluetooth is not connected. So this is basically where your Bluetooth section is, and can't do anything over here. So it just says no data, return. Even if you scroll up or down, it doesn't want to do anything. So there's nothing we can do under Bluetooth. Okay, I'm going to quickly go to the next slide. This is the car, the one that it was on originally. So if I open my door, close the door or whatever, it displays that. And then if we continue, this is our MP3 section. It's just saying connecting. So you don't know if it's connecting to the radio or what. It just forever and ever says connecting, and there's nothing we can do. Even if yeah, it's absolutely nothing that it does. So that's a bit of a bust as well. So let's quickly continue. Going the wrong way. So we're going to go to ACC and lane keep assist. So this is basically when you're driving. So the different views will show different things, but you can actually use the scroll button here. And you can say lane keeping assist. And then it shows that assist close. Then front assist. So I think, I'm not sure what this is exactly for. Headlamp follow. Doesn't even allow me to go in. Even the front assist. Change lane assist. Just ticks it. Okay, I see. And these ones, does it tick it as well? Nope, it doesn't. I almost said it. I didn't see it. And then fatigue identification, which is actually kind of a cool thing. So fatigue identification is if you, let's say you keep on driving in your line and you just keep on ending up going left, 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 you'll actually notice that you're fatigued and falling asleep behind the wheel. So that is it for the lane assist. Basically, I can't use anything over there. So let's quickly go to the next slide, which is the final slide, settings. So for example, here's the brightness. I quickly turn up the brightness for this video. You just click on it and you can choose the range from 2 to 18. Day, I put on 15. Night, I put on 18. This is super bright. It doesn't show you how bright it really is. So usually I put it on 7. And then if we go further down, we've got our FM transmitter. Yeah, if you want to put the frequency on or whatever the case is. Then we've got our pointer style. So follow ambience. So that basically means this red over here. If you wanted to follow the color, that is basically this pattern. So if this is green, you can still make this red, for example. Let's just quickly see if we turn it off. Just want to see. There we go. Oh, and then there it is. And you can see the, if I do select it, you can see the color you want to make it. So if you want to make it white, blue, or whatever. So let's just quickly go back. Pointer. Okay, well, I'll change that now. Doesn't matter. Okay, so we got CAB direction, right rudder. If I'm thinking about it, I think about this is basically, this is the left-hand side cab direction. This is right-hand drive. So I think that's what it is. I might be completely wrong. And then we've got our languages, obviously. We've got boot sounds. So this is basically when you start your car up, like you boot your car up, whatever the case is, it makes a sound, absolutely horrible sound. Yeah, turn it off. This is the boot logo. So there in the beginning where it said Audi Sport, it will just make like an Audi badge, which is, I like this Audi Sport a bit more. So here's video display. Just says rear video if it's installed or not. Mobile phone connection, is it car live, or the other one is, what was the other one? Let me see. Okay, anyway, I think it was, wait, I gotta click on it. Yeah, car live, or yeah, well, now it's only saying car live. Anyway, I wonder. Okay, let's click on it and then scroll up. There we go, car live or Apple. So it doesn't matter whichever one it is. Then it's got some other settings. Okay, so this is save tire pressure data, factory restore. Obviously, we can't do that. Unit settings like kilometers per hour, miles per hour, or whatever. So it's just the pressure units is bars. It's just showing you all of those kind of things. So you can do, for example, your consumption to liter per 100 Ks and etc. The ambient lighting, oops, okay, this is the maintenance to see how far your maintenance is. Basically, oil change in 12,400 kilometers. Okay, going to ambient lighting. This is this red light you guys see behind it. So you can, yeah, oopsie, you can then just go and choose what color you want to make it. So unfortunately, someone did ask, you can't make it black or make it disappear. That's pretty sad. But I honestly like the red in the background. I mean, for most of the colors, that's the one. This is the dashboard type, for example, sport, normal, and sport. That's it. And the only two that it has. There's nothing majorly good about it. Set your time. Version info is the info of your display. So to show you guys, this is my version. Okay, that's basically it. Can't do so much more than that. So it feels like there's a lot of stuff that I gave you, especially under the settings and that. But when it comes to Bluetooth, comes to what is it? The MP3 player, lane assist, navigation, all of those things doesn't work. So apparently when you do update it, with it, there was like a small USB port. I made it to be accessible from this panel on the right hand side. Apparently, if you plug in the memory stick of the update, it will update. Apparently, also like on the GTI versions, once you update it, the navigation system works and all of those stuff. Almost like there's an actual Android CarPlay kind of thing installed into it. Does this one have it? I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure. But yeah. Okay, let me drop this video right over here. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.